Ben arrivati su un'altra nuova puntata del Calice Nero. Oggi conoscerete il male assoluto, oggi conoscerete come incendieranno le chiese, oggi conoscerete finalmente che Dio e la Madonna non sono mai esistite. Perché grazie a Matianak, grazie a Alice, oggi incontriamo il black metal from USA. Quindi ragazzi, oggi bruceremo tutte le chiese religiose e ogni atto religioso. Fuck you!
Ok ragazzi, come sempre vi invitiamo a seguire la diretta, siamo su YouTube, Twitch e Facebook. Oggi, come aveva anticipato il cattivo maestro, siamo qui per dare spazio a una band underground dagli Stati Uniti. Ci raggiungerà a breve, in realtà ci ha già raggiunto la frontwoman, per dirla correttamente. E siamo molto contenti di poter sfidare anche band internazionali sul podcast, quindi come sempre invitiamo tutti quanti voi a fare delle domande, a porre delle domande e mi raccomando mettetevi comodi e passate questa oretta con noi a scoprire questo nuovo progetto che si chiama Matianak. E quindi senza indugiare oltre chiamiamo in diretta la Arelis, che è appunto la portavoce del progetto. Hello Arelis and welcome to il Calice Nero. Thank you for being here.
Hello Arelis.
Hello.
Allora, oggi non fatevi imbrogliare dalla bellezza e dalla delicatezza di Arelis, perché dietro il microfono è un vero animale da palco. Quindi ragazzi è consigliato, non fatevi inculcare quella cazzata mentale che le ragazze non sanno portare il microfono quanto i ragazzi. Molte volte le ragazze fanno il culo a certi ragazzi, perché è successo anche con Rachel, un gruppo death metal olandese veramente di qualità. Quindi oggi partiamo con la prima domanda. Allora, Aredis, come riesci a creare arte visiva mentale attraverso il tuo face painting e allo stesso momento come riesci a creare e a diventare allo stesso tempo un demone di colore viola e nero?
Okay, Aredis, the first question from the maestro was divided in two parts, basically. The first part is asking you about your attitude and also the expression of making art via your stage presence and also your corpse paint while live, because we know that you, of course, wear corpse paint while performing. The second part is about your aggressive side when you scream on the microphone. So he wants to know how you unleash your own personal demons via your singing, your way to sing.
Well, I've been a vocalist since I was 14 years old. I'm 33 now, so that's when I first started that I could even have demon voice at all. So after that, I just started practicing more over the years, you know, doing covers and in and out of different projects. And I just started pushing my vocals more and more. I channel pretty much all my energy, all my anger, everything I've been through all my life. And the songs basically are from real people. So I imagine myself in that first person view. So I just kind of just reenact and kind of feel what they feel at their moment and let it out. So these are all the people I talk about are pretty much kind of like a little crazy. So I pretend I'm kind of them on stage. And I don't know what I do on stage. I let the music just possess me and let it just take me wherever it leads me. So I'm pretty much like a possessed witch up there, all twitchy and stuff, just to make that disturbing kind of presence up there.
And about the art via your own corpse paint, you are inspired by some artists, some bands. You come up. The maestro wants to know the design of your corpse paint too. What was influenced by someone or making, or just you did in your own way, basically?
Since I was little, I always loved Spawn characters. I grew up with a lot of horror movies. I'm into a lot of horror video games. So just the theme itself really inspired me. I've been to a lot of like different tribes and people's cultures. I'm huge into taxidermy. So if you can tell, I have like bone art all over the place. So I've always just been very interested as a child and just grew up with me. I also studied character design in college. So I wanted to create my own character as myself, and also my other guys that I'm still in the process of doing. So that's my inspiration, kind of everything. There's certain bands that I really look up to, like Watain, that have that crazy get up with the whole bone stuff and amazing imagery. So I really was drawn into that, and I wanted to give the same type of draw, like, whoa, where am I, in hell or something?
Okay, got it. Interesting. The fact that you also studied character design at college, so you have something to express, and also the knowledge of how to express, because when it's coming from the inner side of the artistic expression, not all the people are like educated in this kind of way. So it's good to know that kind of side too. So what's pretty interesting, your answer. And just like every international Calice Nero episode, I will just take some minutes to make a translation / resume of what we said.
Absolutely.
Ok ragazzi, abbiamo fatto la prima domanda a release dei Matianak, spero di pronunciare bene il nome della band. Abbiamo chiesto riguardante la questione della voce e il corpse paint. Per quanto riguarda la questione della voce, lei ha iniziato a intraprendere il percorso di cantante da quando aveva 14 anni, quindi sostanzialmente ha praticato tanto, e soprattutto è stata sempre in mezzo a situazioni di cantare, gruppi, eccetera, quindi sostanzialmente è una cosa che fa parte di sé comunque da tanto tempo. Adesso ha anche detto l'età, ne ha 33 di anni, quindi diciamo c'è un bel po' di esperienza sotto questo punto di vista. Per quanto concerne al lato del corpse paint, sostanzialmente lei ha studiato character design al college e quindi ha cercato di creare il suo appunto character, che in inglese significa personaggio, quindi la sua presenza on stage sotto questo punto di vista. E poi ovviamente viene dal fatto che lei è così influenzata da videogame / film horror, e quindi poi anche dai gruppi quelli capostipiti del genere, quindi fondamentalmente si fa sì che comunque lei ha anche un lato diciamo fatto di formale, quindi di istruzione. Educated in inglese non significa educato, significa appunto proprio di studi formali, insomma, quindi c'è anche questa propensione allo studio del carattere, quindi si nota che comunque c'è anche una sua predisposizione adesso, anche perché lei prende molta ispirazione da alcune tribù come Face Paint, quindi mi piaceva questa diciamo accorpamento tra black metal, ha avuto lo studio delle varie tribù, lo studio di varie culture. Stesso nome di Matianak, che è un nome di una strega appunto indonesiana, quindi c'è uno studio anche culturale dietro proprio tutta la situazione del corpse paint e del performing dal vivo. E quindi lei ci ha spiegato che comunque c'è anche un lato diciamo formale di studi pregressi al college, che poi ha cercato di mettere in musica. Maestro, vai con la prossima domanda.
Allora, Arelis, quindi allora cerchiamo di scavare all'interno insieme appunto di questo nome della strega, perché Matianak c'è anche un film del 2019 indonesiano, una pellicola horror, quindi penso che quella pellicola horror non abbia attaccato così tanto la filosofia Matianak. Quindi andiamo a cercare appunto le tribù. Quali sono le tribù che ti hanno catturato in maniera intensa? Qual è stata quella più estrema fino ad arrivare alla tribù cannibale che ti ha affascinato e ti affascina tuttora?
Okay, the maestro wants to know the roots behind the roots and the meaning behind the name of Matianak. Also asking you if, of course, you are aware that there is an Indonesian horror movie with the same name, but also we know that it comes from a mythological figure of the Indonesian culture. If I'm not mistaken, a witch from Indonesia. And I want to also know, since you spoke before about tribes and cultural research about tribes and stuff like that, if you have some names about tribes and some culture that you look forward as an inspiration to, for the name and also for the mood, to create the mood of Matianak. I don't know which one tribes you look for, but the maestro imagines you that took inspiration from some cannibal tribes. I don't know, something stuff like that. What do you think about it? The last part.
Yeah, like for the band name, I was trying to look for like a one-word name that hasn't been taken, has a good meaning behind it. So I started looking at folklore from all over different countries. I looked up Indonesia because I'm not too familiar with the country. So I was like, oh, these are some interesting folklore. I first saw Pontianet, which is the original character, the folklore. She's a witch, but it's also known as Matiana, which is dead of a child. I like the meaning behind the folklore. I like the name Matiana rather than Pontiana. It kind of sounds like a pony. So I did like the name Matiana better. Just the meaning behind it. It's a vampiric witch, died from stillbirth, and then victimized men and gets revenge out there. So I was like, I kind of like that name and that character, and I kind of symbolize that in the way. As far as tribe, I don't have any in mind. I usually looked at different documentaries from all over the world. I'm really interested in like knowing everyone's cultures from all over the world. I don't have a specific one I like the most. I just like, I'm intrigued by it. I was like, this is amazing. It's like a different human civilization than like a normal city girl like me.
Oh, that's interesting. And what about the fact that the maestro asked you about that his name is really strong in Indonesia, that they got another movie with this name? You have a chance to see that movie, or
Not yet. I did
not
message
yet.
them like, hey, my band's also named that. I'm like, oh, that's super cool. We have a movie.
Okay. But okay, we have to watch it all together. Actually,
Yeah, right.
the maestro it's a lot into horror movies, so for this reason he asked you about this particular question.
It looks
Okay.
really cool.
Yeah. In fact, also the logo and stuff like that, but also the meaning, as you explained it, about this mythological creature from the Indonesian culture was pretty interesting. Maestro, facciamo un'altra domanda e poi traduciamo. So I let the maestro make another question, then we translate the all the things. Maestro, oppure la faccio io.
Vai te. Poi io
Okay,
preparo
the
oggi una
question
domanda
is for me.
abbastanza strana,
Okay, the
malata.
question for me, and the maestro said to be prepared because he got a really special question, weird question for you after my own question. So
I'm prepared for anything.
yeah. You have to know that the drummer of Vomitory just labeled the maestro as the crazy guy. So you have to be prepared about this question. My own questions about the getting together and creating music. Matianak has a particular composition method, composition process, or you boys and girls rehearse and then record, or there is only one composer and then you pass the song until it's finished. How works the creation of
Creation of
Matianak song?
songs.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone's pretty much open to make songs in my band. My main guitar player does make all the songs and like bass, a second guitar riff, and then we kind of like either chop them up or add on to it or completely delete half of the riff, and we all work together. I mainly am the one that be like, this works, this doesn't. How about we do this instead? So I basically am the finalized project. I'm like, all right, this is our song. After that, I listen to it, I study it, I start cutting the songs out in syllables or like, I guess, different counts for the riffs, and I start plopping numbers. I do a different thing when I do lyrics. I write numbers. So it looks like a bunch of numbers on a paper. I'm just counting how many riffs is each, which one repeats. And from there, I start like feeling the music and start looking for inspiration. I'm like, all right, this song feels like it's this. So I start writing a draft, and then I plop all like the sentences and words and start playing around with basically the counts, the numbers, which help me. Hey, this is 4 times, this is 3 times. So then I could rearrange it that way. I know a lot of people that make lyrics don't do this complicated thing like I do. But
everyone has his own method.
Yeah, it works for me and it works for timing. So then I'm never off timing because I'm following exactly a riff, a certain drum hit or something like that. And we all work together. I pretty much am going to be like, yeah, that works. Yeah, that doesn't. So I'm the main one that kind of be like, yeah, let's do that song or not. Just like not do it. We all agree together.
There is a comment from Reaper, actually.
Oh, that's my sister from Michigan, my little sister.
Hi.
Allora
That's
ripeto.
Okay, great. And just before the whole translation, you said that of course you basically write numbers, riff numbers and stuff like that. So you have your own method. And what
all.
about the meaning of lyrics? You take it from books, film. What the inspiration lyric wise? Just want to know.
Yeah, all these songs are based off of real people, real events. I had 2 or 3 songs, personal experience. One was my neighbor. One happened at my work, and there was one that I sang about haunting testimonies, like paranormal activities that happened when I was a child. But the rest are based on like pretty much twisted documentaries I found or hidden news that's not in the
Okay.
public. It's usually serial killers. They do something really crazy, the mentally unstable, the mentally insane, kind of really bizarre news out there. Like one of them was like a teacher from Florida that convinced their students to like cut themselves and burn themselves to release their sins. And this actually happened. So these are all real stories.
Oh, so all the lyrics from Matianak are from real events, actually.
Yeah, I
okay.
basically it's like them telling their story. So this is how I reenact and feel how they do, and basically express their feelings,
Okay.
express their emotion, express their insanity out on stage.
Okay. And just another mini question before translating for the Italian audience here. I just want to know a little fun fact about, of course, United States and black metal. I know that black metal is not so popular as Europe. How do you feel about living in and playing, gigging in Chicago, which is, I think, a strongly hardcore punk city? There is a difference between subgenres, or basically everyone get together and the scene is united. How is the local scene in your place in Chicago?
Chicago is a really big metal scene, so we have pretty much all genres. We have black metal, we have death metal, we have grindcore, we
Okay.
have slam, we have punk, we have like everything here. They do a lot of festivals. There's a lot of promoters that book really big, rare black metal bands, or they're the first time coming to the US here.
Okay.
So there's a lot of black metal gigs, a lot of promoters here, especially for the death metal, black metal scene.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's pretty, popular city. All the bands come and perform here for the most part. Got really good shows
Yeah,
here.
we were curious because when we interviewed some black metal and death metal project from United States, of course, we got from Los Angeles to some little city there and there. They also say that, of course, black metal and death metal are more popular in Europe than the United States. But you are saying the completely opposite thing than other people. So I think that it's different than city to city, you know. So for this
Yeah.
reason, we were curious about this topic. Okay. There are some comments. Matteo here from Italy. Good evening, guys. Ciao, Matteo.
Ciao,
Greetings
Matte.
from Chicago. Great, love the band.
Ciao, The Morbid.
And filmed and taken photo of them many times. Of course, there is your sister too.
Yeah, Nick is also my little sister. I think she's like 13 or 10. I forgot her age.
Okay. Arte Morbid
Yeah,
from Chicago here. Thanks.
Arte Morbid used to play guitar in my band. He helped fill in for like 2 shows.
Okay.
He filmed
Okay.
some of our performances as well, so he has
Oh.
a YouTube channel too.
Okay, perfect. So, if you have something to share, Arelis, about his name of channel, maybe to share something about your videos, you can send it afterwards to the maestro, and we will list everything in description after the live show, since this live will stay online after the stream. So even if you guys do not catch it, you can rewatch it a minutes after the end of the stream. So it will stay online. Okay. Just some minutes of pause for you and translation for me to the guys. I also want to say to the people, I'm saying it in Italian, ragazzi, fate i commenti ai Matianak, fate le vostre domande, perché sono qui per voi, sono un gruppo black metal dagli Stati Uniti, che oggi è la puntata dedicata a loro, quindi l'underground continua a riemergere dal nostro punto di vista come ben sapete siamo molto legati a queste cose. Allora, abbiamo parlato del nome, che è legato comunque alla mitologia, al folklore indonesiano, perché praticamente è proprio il nome di questa strega. Però alla fine, a livello di tribù, si è parlato che alla fine a lei interessano un po' tutte le culture, quindi non c'è un motivo in particolare. Per quanto riguarda il film horror, con lo stesso nome, loro hanno prima scelto il nome e poi hanno visto che c'era questa cosa. Quindi loro devono ancora vederlo, maestro, il film horror che si chiama Matianak. Per quanto concerne la composizione, io ho chiesto la composizione dei pezzi, come la scena a Chicago e come funziona, da cosa prendono ispirazione per le liriche. Per le liriche si prende ispirazione dagli eventi veri o da alcune esperienze personali, quindi fatti di cronaca nera, situazioni disturbanti avvenute, tipo ha parlato di una insegnante della Florida che praticamente costringeva i ragazzi a delle pratiche tipo di tortura, no? Quindi c'è questa cosa. Oppure da situazioni personali, oppure da situazioni proprio particolari, sempre di cronaca nera. Per quanto concerne la scrittura dei pezzi, un po' tutti quanti sono coinvolti nel riarrangiamento e nella composizione, maggiormente c'è il secondo chitarrista, e lei utilizza una sorta di metodo particolare per quanto concerne la composizione, utilizzando i numeri. Quindi ogni riff corrisponde a un numero che equivale anche alla ripetizione del riff, al tempo, quindi lei si fa una schematizzazione sua tutta particolare. Quindi, come altre band, viene tutto da un lavoro di squadra. Per quanto concerne la situazione black metal, death metal negli Stati Uniti, rispetto agli altri maestri che abbiamo avuto, a Chicago c'era una scena molto, molto viva e praticamente dal death metal al punk, cioè in Chicago è ovviamente una delle maggiori città, di Grindcore, una delle maggiori città. Okay, Alice, I just want to let you know that you wrote the thank you on the private chat box, so only me and the maestro will see. But of course, I will let you know to all the people in Casino that Alice, thank you to be here with us. I don't know which time is in Chicago right now, but in Italy is like 10 p.m. So
here is 3 p.m. So it's in the afternoon right now.
Okay, so. Okay, thanks Arte Morbid for this appreciation for us. Okay, this evening / afternoon will be interesting because we got this amazing project Matianak with the front woman Arelis live stream with us. So we hope that she will enjoy the rest of the interview. But as always, I pass the word to the maestro that has a question for you, a particular one. Vai maestro.
Allora, non so se la pronuncia è giusta, compilation The Insaniam, non so se la pronuncia è giusta del disco, del Full Length 2020.
Ok.
All'interno di questo disco, come viene creata una track con una bozza di sangue? Questa bozza di sangue deve avere dei riverberi di batteria, ma senza dimenticare la parte vocale di Arelis. Ma allo stesso tempo il tutto come potrebbe diventare un quadro contorto? In poche parole, non avere né un inizio né una fine e allo stesso momento si tramuta in una poesia, in una stagione.
Okay, so basically the questions is divided in 3/4 parts. The first part is about your full length 2020 compilation de Insania. It's right, the pronunciation. I hope it's right.
Yes, it's a mixed Latin Spanish.
Yeah, for this reason, I was like, okay, like this, because I know that the first word is Spanish and the second and third word is like Latin. So
Yeah.
big ups to you, Artemar. Be sure to check out this interview afterwards, so because it will stay online. Okay, the first part is about speaking about the full length, but also if the second part of the question was to describe it using, if not music, using a painting and a poem. So you want to make sure to to evolve from music to painting to poetry. the album. I don't know if you get the question, because it was a little bit tricky to translate from Italian to English, but he wants to know the way you guys get together and make the album. You partially answered about the meaning and the lyrics, but also he wants to know if this compilation, the Insaniam, can be not an album but a painting. Which painting can be, and also which poem can be this kind of album? I don't know if you get the question.
I think you meant like how would like a painting representation look for
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
how
yeah.
would
Painting representation and also poem representation for the album. Of course, if you can tell something behind the scenes about the recording and the way that you guys got together to make the album, because we know that it's your last full length actually.
Yeah.
So if you can speak also about the this album too.
Okay, well, I basically designed the cover itself. So it's basically me. I did like this rope kind of photography. So that's me hanging in both ways. And then it forms a face in the middle. It's supposed to show the compilation of insanity all in the image. So I try to like kind of gather and kind of played around in Photoshop to try to make that image for the album pop out. As far as like poetry, like lyric wise, I mean, my songs kind of all rhyme, so it's kind of like poetry in a way.
Yeah, if you have to write, you also said in another part of the question, if you have to name a book using the lyrics that you wrote in this album, which kind of title can have this phantomatic book, this kind of running with your fantasy too?
Yeah, I don't have a title yet. Names are really hard to come up with. They usually takes me a bit to kind of like what to name it. I might even name it the same thing too. But a book instead. I've never thought about like a poetry book or a book in general besides just my lyrics, because sometimes I don't have booklets for the CDs, but not a lot of people care about it. So if anyone is interested, I don't mind making a book about it, and maybe some sort of like, some artwork going along with each song so they understand what it is about, so they understand the song better.
Okay, so you basically want to express everything from the lyrics. So the poem will be what you write already with the lyrics.
Yeah, with the lyrics and with the imagery of the artwork to go along with it.
And since this compilation, the Insaniam was released completely independent, how was the process of promotion? Because it was released in 2020, I can imagine also the pandemic going on and stuff like that. I was promoting this album, and if you guys have something new coming up that maybe can share with us for the future.
Yeah, I mean, all we had to do is just share it online through either Instagram, Facebook, our page, stories, basically just online for now. When shows started opening up, I actually showed up, gave a few CDs out to either promoters or random people around, like, hey, check us out. I introduced myself. So this is how I kind of promoted the show too. And promoted the band itself, because it was kind of in a halt for a while because of the whole pandemic stuff. So that was rough, but we were glad to squeeze in and record an album in between this whole mess. We do have enough songs for a third album. We're hoping next year we can work on it a little bit better. This year, we just started having 2 new members in our band to learn the songs. So we do have a show in Wisconsin. That's our first out-of-state show coming up this year in October with Asagram. They're from Netherlands, the whole female black metal band. So that's going to be pretty cool lineup.
Okay. So quite interesting stuff, because of course here in Europe, countries are much smaller than maybe the states of the United States. So for you, I think that it's different to play abroad instead, to because of course America it's much bigger place than Europe. But
Yeah.
it's cool that you got this opportunity, because if I'm not mistaken, I had the chance to see that girl's live in Naples some years ago with Arakiri for the Sky. So it was a great show. So you will have fun if you love them. You will have fun. Also, the live show is great. So
I've been a fan of them, so this is a huge honor.
and also good luck with that show, because it can be a great opportunity for you actually. So
Yeah,
from both of us, we will always hope the best for you guys all. Okay.
Thank you.
Abbiamo anyway, translating a little bit, and after the translation we will put a song from the album. Actually, the maestro asked me to get the video of ceremonial blood ritual, so I will translate for the Italian guys, and then we will put the video, and after the video we will continue the interview actually. Ok, abbiamo parlato della domanda del maestro divisa in 3 parti. Io ho fatto anche una domanda sui libri perché pensavo che gliel'avresti chiesto. Per quanto concerne la questione del dipinto, lei ti dice che la rappresentazione perfetta dell'album è la cover dell'album, che può sembrare banale, ma è stata lei che attraverso software di digital grafica come Photoshop ha elaborato la copertina. Quindi la copertina è stata fatta proprio da lei, quindi la rappresentazione a livello di pittura barra visuale, diciamo, la copertina dell'album rappresenta, perché è stata proprio lei a farla. Da quanto ho capito ha preso 2 diciamo funi. Comunque la situazione è molto creepy, secondo me. In my own opinion, the cover is a little bit creepy, of this gray color, stuff like that. So it was really good for the mood of the song, and also for the representation by the cover. For sure, if I got the chance to hang your CD in front of me, I will amazed, because listening to music and also watching the cover, there is a good correlation, in my opinion, between music and the cover art. Quindi secondo me c'è una buona correlazione tra la musica e la copertina, che secondo me è importante in quest'era. Loro hanno promosso maggiormente l'album in maniera digitale, non hanno avuto una vera e propria agenzia di promozione barra etichetta, perché l'hanno rilasciato a livello indipendente. Faranno ad ottobre il primo show fuori dal loro stato, che è appunto di supporto al gruppo quello olandese di Sole Donne Maestro, che ho visto anche live con gli Arakiri for the Sky qualche anno fa. Però
ho capito, forse.
il nome l'ho capito, però c'è un lapsus in questo momento, ragazzi, scusate, ci sono le 10:25, io non ho neanche pranzato oggi, quindi per farvi capire il mio status psicofisico in questo momento. Praticamente abbiamo che loro ad ottobre faranno questo primo show fuori dal loro diciamo dal loro stato, che rispetto per esempio in America c'hanno questo fatto che gli stati, no, tra loro a livello geografico, proprio di estensione geografica, è molto più lontano, per esempio non fare stato a stato, piuttosto che fare per esempio Italia, Germania, Italia, eccetera. Quindi per loro è una buona occasione per diciamo aumentare il pubblico e fare esperienza. Hanno materiale già, notizie esclusiva per il Calice Nero, hanno già materiale per il prossimo album, però hanno qualche line-up diversa rispetto al primo, quindi si stanno appunto preparando per i prossimi live show. E poi è stato un po' difficile registrare, ma ce l'hanno fatto perché è uscito nel 2020, tra una pandemia e l'altra praticamente hanno registrato il loro album, che è Compilation de Insaniam, che praticamente sono 2 parole latine, de Insaniam e spagnole insieme. Per quanto riguarda il libro è difficile darti un titolo, perché anche se lo dovesse creare, perché con i titoli e con i nomi non ci vanno d'accordo, perché sono proprio la cosa che non riesce a decidere subito. Per quanto riguarda invece la poesia, dice che siccome lei ama scrivere in rima, non per sempre autoreferenzialità, ma siccome si parla comunque di fatti di cronaca, fatti personali, fatti di cronaca nera, eccetera, preferisce che la poesia sia proprio quella dei testi, fondamentalmente. Ok, penso che possiamo ascoltare adesso il brano. So now we will listen the song from Matianak, Ceremonial Blood Ritual.
Dall'album appunto Compilation de Insaniam.
From the album Compilation de Insaniam, and be sure to share the video, and also contact the guys on Facebook to buy and support the merchandise, because nowadays the only way for independent an underground metal band to carry on and continue to do this is to support. So support and buy the original. If you listen and like what you listen, be sure to hit the guys up and be sure to grab some merchandising.
Torniamo
Adesso
torniamo al discorso di prima. Ascoltate Arelis con la sua voce e poi ditemi se alcuni ragazzi riesce a metterli sotto.
Okay, translating a little bit what the maestro said. Before you joined the show, the maestro said to the audience that, of course, he loves your particular way to sing. So he just said, guys, be sure to listen carefully the way that Arelis used to sing, because you can be amazing as me. So with this kind of words, I can say, I don't know, I have pencil in my hands, I don't know, ceremonial blood ritual from Matianak. Aspetta, maestro, let me zoom you. Vai, maestro, lancia il pezzo.
Ceremonial blood ritual.
Okay, we are back to the show. From the power of the music, my mustache is up, but I try to be a little bit tuddy. Of course, there's people that said on WhatsApp, guys, please write the public comment.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you, sister. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, all you guys that come. I'll reply to you after this.
Yeah. People in private asked me, the maestro got this skull, no? Maestro c'ha il suo dischio, no? And I do not have anything. I say, yeah, I got this octopus, so true cult octopus.
Hey, that's super metal.
Not amazing as the maestro one, but I will make
put a little corpse paint.
Yeah. Okay. Jokes aside, I want to just thank you all the guys from Titans of Metal Fest that we are partner, that commented in private, said great band, and they hope to recatch us after the live show, because someone are not available at the moment. As always, I said, support the band. All the links will be put in the description of YouTube and Twitch and stuff. We will put all the infos, and of course, this particular live show again will be available even after the live stream, so it will be saved. So be sure to, I don't know, at the morning, meanwhile you do coffee and stuff like that, put your headphones and listen to Calice Nero. You will be amazed by all the people that are actually sending us material, and also band like Matianak that we love, that we listened, and we are really thankful that they are in our show. So, but maestro, you are very black metal, so make the next one, the next question.
Allora, quale sarebbe il morbo perfetto per descrivere Matianak? Morbo di Hashimoto, oppure il Parkinson, oppure l'Alzheimer, oppure un tumore che ha catturato le ossa e le sta attualmente triturando? Quali di queste tre malattie riesce a descrivere la parte vocale di Arelis prima che lei canta, e allo stesso tempo qual è il posto, il luogo perfetto? Un mattatoio, un cimitero completamente spazzato via da qualche setta satanica, oppure all'interno di una chiesa ancora non sconsacrata per creare un live?
Okay, maybe you notice my face, because when my face is something like that, it means that the maestro asked you something really meaningful and difficult to translate from Italian to English, but I try. And thanks, maestro, for improving my English on daily basis. Okay, I want to say that the first part of the question is kind of out of the box, since the maestro wants to know the perfect disease to describe the Matianak music. Disease, unhealthy stuff, sickness, I don't know the correct word to say what the maestro means, because malattia in Italian means disease, sickness, and we got a lot of words for just one term. So I hope that you understood what I want to say.
Is that like the overall sound tone? Kind of?
the overall sound. Yeah, to say, okay, he named some morbus, some diseases actually.
Yes. Sick.
Yeah, stuff, sick stuff. Sorry, and we hope that you can describe a little bit better than us the sound of Matianak.
Well, basically, it comes naturally from everyone else's influences, especially the guitar player that creates most of the songs. He's big fan of Dissection and Emperor as well, so you could kind of hear the little melodic sound into it. It basically just comes together on accident. We don't even think about the tone, the sound. We just play it and be like, all right, this is our song, and I'm gonna put my voice into it and call it a day. We don't really think about like a specific sound. We just sound like us. Whatever anyone wants to interpret how we sound, a disease.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which guy. But maestro, quale morbo hai detto prima?
Morbo di Hashimoto o il Parkinson o l'Alzheimer oppure
for
un
the
tumore che...
maestro, the powerful, the violence, and also the way that you guys sound are to us shock the light. For him, are something shocking like a Parkinson morbus or whatever he said before. I don't know the names. I'm not into that. But he want to say that in what we had the chance to listen, that the overall production of the product is very good, because a lot of a lot of black metal bands have production, but the attention to detail. We love the attention to details, and also the fact that I had the chance to listen to it via headphones, or when I got up to bring my True Cult Octopus, I got the chance to listen from the speakers of my computer. But the fact that the production, in my opinion, was so very well made that all the details can be catched, even if I have not a huge system at all. And you can see, of course, the book behind me, but I'm in my studio, which I have the rehearsal place and stuff. Since I work in the studio, I'm really, as all my friends are, really add a lot of attention to those details, production and stuff like that. So we hope that we finally had an underground black metal bands that have a good production, because have a raw production does not mean have a bad production. A lot of people confuses a raw and bad production, and we got a lot of tapes, CDs, or digital stuff that are actually really tough to listen. Great songs, but the production is. So we want to say that for our point of view, are the good production and the overall good quality of the product are really well made. So we hope that with this kind of live show tonight, we can bring some people from Italy to listen and Matianak, because I think that you will have a good impact on the Italian black metal guys. So for this reason, when we ask to make an interview with some project, because we really love what we are listening, so we hope that these appreciation are good for your project and to make something powerful in the future. So we really look forward for the next.
Next one, it's gonna be more like a punky, thrashy crust type of feel. I like to make every album a little bit different, so it's not always the same. I like to be very unpredictable. For our production, it didn't took us too long to record. It took us a long time to tweak. We had to tweak 5 times because we all were listening to it. We're all really picky, like, oh, we need more guitar, or we need more vocals, or we need the bass higher. So we all worked together to make sure everyone could be heard equally. So it took everyone's ears, and of course our pretty much your sound engineer. He's really, really good about hearing everyone's stuff, and he's a black metal fan too, so he knows his stuff. Vincent, he has an amazing studio here, and he's recorded a few bands here. So it was awesome working with him. He did a really good job. I don't really like the poor qualities of other bands. I like to hear everyone, not just noise.
Yeah. It was I was a little bit kind to say that noise is the perfect word, actually. But
That's
you
nice.
guys self-produce, of course, the album. So you guys, I think that worked with together with the producer. So, and just to make the other part of the question for the maestro before I forget it, the maestro wants to know the perfect place. Also, with your fantasy, using not a venue or a club, the perfect place to create a little kind of setting for the Matianak music. If, of course, made as an example, a boneyard cemetery, or I don't know what to say in English, mattatoio, maestro, giusto?
Sì, sì,
Hai detto prima? Mattatoio.
mattatoio, una chiesa
Ah,
non consacrata, non sconsacrata,
he said some churches or
poi un
some
cimitero
slaughterhouse, some
completamente
boneyards.
consacrato.
What is the perfect place for the Matianak music?
It's like inspiration.
Yeah, also about the atmosphere. If you have to running with your fantasy and say, okay, let's make a show there, for example, in a strange place, a different place.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So like what other than a typical venue would be like an ideal place to play a show at, like inspiration?
Yeah. You got it.
Yeah. With nature, in a cave,
Okay.
anything that will look like some sort of weird witch cult tribe in the dark woods.
Okay.
So that'd be a cool setting. I don't know if that would be legally possible, but that would be
Yeah,
pretty
but
awesome.
it's a kind of what if situation. The question,
Yeah, so like
not something that it's makeable, but
completely transform the whole woods with really weird props all over. I like to make people feel uncomfortable and uneasy. So they're
okay.
like, oh, we shouldn't be here type of atmosphere type of thing. This is like a real horror theme or horror movie type of thing.
Okay.
So, that'd be pretty cool. Even like a really creepy looking castle in the background or anything like that. But pretty much just to match our theme is with bones and kind of that cult tribe of the outdoors, a dark kind of woods, dead woods type of outdoors or a really weird cave.
Okay, quindi as the last question, I take some time to translate what we said for Italian people. So as always, I will translate and resume everything from English to Italian. Per quanto riguarda il posto maestro, qualcosa di oscuro nella natura, quindi anche una cava, una sorta di situazione darkish con horror, con tipo castelli dietro rovine, roba del genere, come posto. Per quanto riguarda la tua seconda parte della domanda, la prima parte della domanda, allora abbiamo parlato anche un po' di produzione, il fatto che loro hanno lavorato molto in studio per avere un disco che suonasse bene, perché molte volte arrivano dischi che non si capisce un cazzo di niente, diciamolo proprio. La produzione è anch'essa importante, loro si sono autoprodotti con questo studio particolare di Chicago che ha lavorato anche ad altri dischi di black metal, insomma. Per quanto concerne l'evoluzione, loro hanno parlato di anche qualche influenza di Section Emperor, lato un po' melodico, ma il prossimo sarà un po' più crudo, un po' più crastoso, panchettoso, tra virgolette, perché loro vogliono evolversi sempre da disco a disco, quindi non hanno mai una situazione istantia, perché comunque siamo al secondo album e il prossimo, che è quasi finito, avrà un sound diverso, ma comunque coerente con la loro proposta musicale. Ho detto che comunque alla fine è un progetto che io sto scoprendo da poco e tu maestro l'hai selezionato e che ci ha fatto piacere averli, perché comunque secondo noi hanno molto da dire, sostanzialmente, perché comunque è un progetto che comunque, per quanto sia underground, ha un'impostazione molto buona a livello grafico, a livello di presentazione, a livello scenico, ma anche a livello di suono. Quindi sicuramente è un progetto da tenere d'occhio, perché secondo noi potrebbe andare avanti in maniera molto potente. La prima parte della domanda, maestro, qual era? Giusto per ricordarmi.
Del morbo dell'Hashimoto.
Per quanto riguarda quello, ho detto che ovviamente non è una tipologia di situazione che lei non riesce a descrivere attraverso questa cosa, perché comunque lei vuole dire che ogni album c'è la crudezza delle chitarre, la ferocia comunque data anche dal songwriting, specie il chitarrista, che è quello che, diciamo, da quanto ho capito partono più i pezzi, più i brani, insomma. E ovviamente lei che parla un po' lo spagnolo, un po' mi capisce, quindi non posso andare troppo a braccio. E quindi fondamentalmente ha detto che le malattie che hai indicato tu praticamente sono perfette, se per ognuno può descriverla come vuole, ecco, morale della favola proprio.
Sì,
I was just saying that you can recognize some words because you know Spanish, Italian and Spanish are similar, so I cannot mess up with the translation. Okay, just funny stuff. But the maestro yeah, the maestro have another question for you. My maestro.
Arilis, se cerchiamo un animale non domesticabile, nel senso che anche se viene un addestratore è impossibile che questo animale diventi avvicinabile per l'essere umano, quale sarebbe l'animale perfetto notturno per descrivere l'arte che crea il cervello di Arilis e allo stesso tempo come potrebbe creare una linea vocale all'interno di un iceberg senza romperlo, ma allo stesso tempo filarlo con la parte vocale?
Okay, a lot of metaphor in this one. As always, two parts question. The first part is if there is some wild animal that can be used to describe your own way to perform and express your vocal stuff, vocal lines, with aggression. And the second part of the question was like your own way to create art. And he also said iceberg because he finds something cold, icy in a good way, of course. And if you agree with his own interpretation of your vocal style for Matianak.
Okay. I mean, it's like a mixture of some sort of bat mixed with a rabid dog or a rabid animal for the vocals. Because I have lows, I have mids, I have that really screechy high like a bat. So it's like a mixture of a combination of some creature altogether from different animals. I wouldn't describe one because I have different ranges on the tone. And then the second part was, what was the second part?
Yeah, the second part is about the way that you express your voice, creating art, in his opinion. He said that if your kind of vocal range and the different techniques, stuff like that, reminds to him in a good way something cold and icy. And you want to say you agree with his own interpretation of your way to express yourself.
I've never been told that way, but I mean, I'm like, that's pretty honorable that, you know, something feels cold or dead kind of feeling.
Kind of, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I try to capture every emotion and feeling I could possibly get from the audience. So I'm all like, that's, you know, that means a lot to me. Honestly, no one ever told me that he sounds like a something cold or anything like that or icy.
Yeah, just to be in line with what, of course, both via the cover and via the music, you want to express with your band. So I think
and I want people to feel, you know, I mean, they're gonna feel differently, but I want people to like feel the music and hear the music physically, mentally, emotional. So that's what I try to capture with my vocals and everyone else's performance as well.
Okay, very good answer to the maestro question. Ok, maestro, ultima domanda facciamo oppure...
Fai una domanda a te, poi fai una domanda a te. Altre due
we got
e poi la domanda finale.
Last 3 questions of the show. Maestro will of course reach us in some minutes, so I will make my own question that I got.
Okay.
Since you are basically preparing yourself for the live shows, as you mentioned, you have in October the gig outside your home state. So you are how can I say in English? But you are trying or have in mind to have a legit tour in your states, in the states. You are working, and what about the live show of Matianak? I think it's not just like a normal live show, but I want also to ask you the your own method, your own way to basically put together a show. Your I don't know if it's something that is I can say is making it like in theater, something like that. Not only music but also visual, and your own way to express as a live musician. And of course, the maestro was picking up the CD.
Yeah, there's completely sold out. I just reprinted again, but they're just sleeves.
Ok, quindi maestro c'è una copia che adesso è sold out. Ok. Okay, I don't know if you got my question. It was about the show, the way you prepare a show. It's not. I think it's not only music; it's also visual and stage presence and stuff like that.
Yeah. So how would I prepare for like an upcoming show?
Yes. Sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, we all rehearse weekly, every week, and at least twice a week. Make sure we're solid, well prepared, and then we basically are pretty much rehearsing like if we're on stage already. So we try to sound as perfect as possible on our rehearsals. Otherwise, I push more days throughout the weeks. So and then after that, we in the same time I'm kind of creating how are we gonna look for a show. So for this coming show, everyone's gonna be looking like their own characters. So myself, I like to change and look different at every show. I don't like to look the same. I either tweak an outfit, add more, or my costume's always different. I always do something different. I was described as I look more intense at each show. So I'm more like, you look more creepier now than before. So I'm like, good. So I want to push that. For the stage production stuff, I'm still trying to like see what works for everyone and what can fit on stage. Every stage is different, so I have to keep in mind certain stages are not going to fit everything up there, but I eventually want to basically create a whole stage like some sort of tribe ritual type of look in there, so people have something to look at. It's not just hearing me or looking at me, they're seeing the entire stage as a whole kind of like a movie right in front of their face. So that's
both music and visual stuff going on.
I want visuals, music, everything. So I want you to feel, see, and well, hopefully not taste anything. But
actually, just a fun fact: we got a pretty huge Italian band, historical one that got an entire show built with fake blood stuff thrown at the crowd. I'm speaking about that SS. They have the characters and they throw fake blood and fake things to the people and stuff like that. So but only music and visual, not throwing stuff to the.
No, if they get close to me, I do drag them on stage.
Okay.
A lot of people keep their distance because I like randomly grab them.
Okay.
Yeah,
so be sure to be safe while you're watching.
I pretend like I'm dead. I'm twitching, and out of nowhere, I'm like grabbing someone, or I could be behind someone.
Okay.
Crawling all over the place. So I try to just really capture the audience and engage with everybody.
Okay.
And I have stepped out of stage too, huh?
Yeah, it's cool to know this kind of approach because I think that the limits of a band are also the way they make the show. And if I was there without knowing you and imagining all the stuff and seeing live, it's great, because I think the stage presence and also the way a band put the show is good. Also to create something different as an experience, because people say, oh wow, they got a show stuff. You remind not only the visual thing, but also the way you guys express. Also the fact that metal is a powerful music, extreme metal is a powerful music, and we need to make people much more involved in the live show, because I think that the live show is the way that a band say hi to the world and they say, okay, we are here to, of course, make our best and to grab more, because I think that the 90% of promotion nowadays is making live. Not okay. The social media interviews like this are good, but the core of the things are the live set. So in my opinion, it's good when I have literally not only music show but also a 360-degree show between people, imagery and stuff like that. So it's good to know that kind of approach.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wanted to, give people an actual show, because I've been through shows for many, many years and it gets boring. It's like I could just hear this at home, but when it's completely different, it's capturing, like, you have to go see this band because what they do on stage is mind-blowing, and that's how people remember you, by when you give them something, something to remember them by, either by imagery or like certain look, style. They're gonna remember you for a very long time, like, hey, this band had this.
Yeah, you make people recognize you for what you are doing on the stage. Oh, there is this band, they do this, so let's go to the show, something like that.
Yeah,
Because,
so try to capture the audience, make it as memorable as possible. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry, my English is not too good either.
well, we are all practicing English, so no problem.
Yeah.
And about English, a little pause, a little translation again, and the maestro have the last questions for you. So be sure to. We got an interesting conversation with Calice from Matianak that we hope to bring again on the show. I don't know when the next album will release. We don't know, but of course, get in touch with Alan for the future. It will be great to re-have you again on il Calice Nero. Ok, stavamo parlando di varie cose. Per l'animale, I got some notes because for the translation. Per l'animale praticamente la sua espressione è più una chimera di più animali. Per quanto riguarda l'animale notturno ha parlato del pipistrello, per gli ultrasuoni eccetera. Per quanto riguarda la questione iceberg, a lei piace la tua interpretazione perché comunque è qualcosa di particolare e comunque loro cercano proprio questa atmosfera mortuaria, quindi morta, queste atmosfere fredde, perché comunque attraverso sia la cover dell'album sia attraverso la musica hanno questo stile, e quindi il fatto che tu li riconosca questa voce sottile, che questa metafora con l'iceberg è molto particolare, a lei fa molto piacere. Io ho chiesto anche l'approccio dal vivo. Il loro approccio è molto particolare, sia dal suo punto di vista, i loro personaggi, quindi ogni gruppo non è tipo Death SS, ma non è tipo Death SS, quindi ogni gruppo c'ha il suo personaggio. Meanwhile I'm talking, I will zoom out the maestro with the booklet. Ogni membro del gruppo ha un personaggio che cambia da show a show per diversificarlo, anche a livello proprio di aspetto fisico, di stage presence. Il loro tipologia di show cambia da live a live. Lei di solito, a lei piace prendere le persone e portarle sul palco, fare delle movenze diciamo mortifere, e ho detto alla fine fa qualcosa per far ricordare l'albo, per far ricordare le persone, ma soprattutto per creare qualcosa di importante, qualcosa che comunque a livello show non sia solo la musica, quindi qualcosa che puoi ascoltare da casa, ma vivere un'esperienza. Quindi loro sono molto propensi a dare il giusto spazio giusto alla parte teatrale, diciamo, del live show, quindi con le movenze, lo spettacolo, non solo la musica. Quindi ho fatto questa domanda. E niente, maestro, facciamo le ultime due domande. Io mi tengo alla finale come sempre. Ti lascio la domanda a te.
Perfetto. Allora, The Compost Mentis 2018, appunto questa è la grafica che vi stavo facendo vedere, ragazzi. Allora, Calice, come riesci a tenere il palco con questa visione orrorifica e allo stesso tempo come riesci a portare la morte all'interno degli spettatori e a far tremare quasi il tuo palco, perché diventa il tuo palco, il tuo mattatoio, il tuo personale obitorio. Come riesci a creare la morte filosofica?
Okay, so the question of the maestro is linked to what you said before about your stage presence. You say that you do some movements, stuff, something crazy to bring that to the people, basically, to create this kind of mood. And he wants to know if something are prepared or are basically everything is about an improvisation. And your relationship with the improvisation during a live show to create this kind of that atmosphere, this kind of horrific atmosphere. Also, you said that you change characters from live show to live show. So we want to know not only the approach of Arelis, but also the philosophic side behind this kind of approach when you do live show for the stage presence and to put together the live shows with the band.
Okay. So like how my lyrics are about all these like real people. So I basically just imagine myself as them, and that's how I express myself. I let the music just take over me. I sometimes don't know what I'm doing up there. I naturally
just like a possession.
Yeah, it's like I'm possessed. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I did that. I don't even remember. Yeah, I'm twitching. I'm possessed. I'm crawling all over the place. I'm doing weird stuff. I keep serious. I'm in character. I don't even talk to the audience. I'm like this possessed witch up here and hypnotizing the audience, which I basically capture. I mean, I have like contacts on, so I can't really see too well. One of them is completely white out and the other one's foggy, but I can see everybody's just all captured. So that's basically, my character psychologically just kind of, I'm this witch and I pretty much have you under all my power. And I am basically the person I am singing about. So I want everyone to feel, to hear it, to make them feel uneasy, but they can't leave because they don't know what's going on. So they're just in a weird hypnosis type of vibe for the whole stage or the whole kind of venue.
Okay. So something that it's basically not prepared.
Not prepared. And just do it.
Yep.
Ti vado a scomodare 3 band che adesso mi sono venute americane, scusami Margrave. Black Witchery, Black Witchery, Averse Feira che non ci sono più e i Cult of Azazel. Quali di queste 3 band prova un'icitazione artistica Arelis?
Okay, Arelis, I don't know if you catch the names of the bands that he said that if those of 3 bands are
Cult of Azazel.
No, ha capito. No, sto cercando di tradurre io.
Scusa.
No, non ti preoccupare. The maestro wants to say if those 3 bands were important in your own influence stuff or something that related to those 3 bands, because he said, it was not a prepared question. He said, meanwhile, I was listening to your answer about the impulse and stuff like that. Those 3 bands pop up in his mind and say, can those bands have some influence or some something related to your approach musically and lyrically?
For what were the other 2 bands besides Cult of Azazel?
Hai detto Cult of Azazel, poi?
Allora, i Cult of Azazel, gli Averse Feira e i Black Witchery. Averse Feira e i Black Witchery, tutte e 3 band americane.
All of you are from you.
Yeah, I heard them.
And he said, what do you think about this vision?
I mean, I'm a fan of them, but they weren't really like my influences. I mean, I was always a huge black metal fan. My main influence was like Watain and Rotting Christ, Nat Frost, Dark Fortress. Not Northrop, they're not black metal. It's kind of like a mixed band. They're from the UK, so I'm a big fan of them. And Carpathian Forest, influences like that. A little bit of everything, kind of melodic, a little bit of that old school, thrashy, kind of black metal style, like Nathros, Carpathian Forest, Riding Christ that brings their own roots into their music. And then I got that imagery, that dark imagery, the dark arts and all of that. I'm an influence of everything all at once.
Ok, translation for the maestro. Ok, praticamente sono band che lei segue, ma non hanno fatto parte tantissime delle influenze. Ha nominato ovviamente le band che tutti quanti conosciamo e che apprezziamo, e quindi, sì, eccetera, eccetera. Quindi è inutile che ve le ripeto perché avete capito bene di cosa parliamo. Però fondamentalmente sono band degli Stati Uniti che comunque fanno parte degli ascolti, ma non sono stati così significativi. Però comunque, essendo fan del black metal, ovviamente non può che apprezzare i nomi che hai citato.
Ultima domanda.
Ok, last question for you, Aris. And this is ultima question. Okay. This question is our question from the podcast. We make this question to everyone at the end of the episode. Basically, a little behind the scenes about this question. First of all, this question was born when I did the interview with the maestro before joining together at Il Calice Nero. So at the end of the interview, the maestro made me this question. We started to collaborate together, and we make this as our ritual question. An incipit, just to make the word enlightened to it. The Black Calice, which is the English translation of Il Calice Nero, for us does not means only a serious stuff, because of course you see the logo, something ritual, something paganish, something that is really serious and dark. But also in Italy we got the tradition of being together and drink together and have fun together with basically drinking and stuff like drinking, not only alcoholic stuff, but also to be together, hang out together and stuff. So we created this kind of evergreen question to everyone, and we want to know the perfect beverage, the perfect drink to represent the music of Matianak. So if you got the chance to listen your album, for example, on a sofa with headphones, you have to name the perfect drink to say, okay, let's listen Matianak and drink a glass of, and you choose the one that, in your opinion, is the best for entering the mode of the band. Just to bring example, Ordo Rosario Equilibrio, a neo-folk band from Sweden, they said black tea. Sentinex, when we interviewed Sentinex, he said the screwdriver too, beer and screwdriver. A lot of bands says beer, someone says soda, but for Matianak, which is the perfect drink for
I think a stout. They're very strong, very dark. It's one of those darkest beers you can get, a stout.
It's a craft beer?
A stout.
No, stout. No, they're like, I can't describe it. It's just like a very, very strong, dark beer.
Ok. Quindi una birra bella forte e bella scura. So, ok. No, I'm not familiar with
the stouts.
With the beers. Stouts.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's what it's called. I don't know what it's called in Italy, but it's like a very strong coffee without creamer. That's how I could describe it, like that coffee taste.
Ma quindi c'ha il sapore caffettoso, maestro.
Ho capito, quindi quando Arelis viene in Italia e ci becchiamo tutti e tre insieme,
vabbè, voi due
si ubriacano, l'altro guida, perché va là, che siamo a posto.
Ok. No, the maestro said, of course, that in the hypothetical case, since I am a straight edge, you guys drink and I drive. So
we got a roadie.
Yeah. Che devossino maestro, però this he of course said also that if you can stay with us even after the live stream to make some greetings and stuff after the show. The Margriva and the Cattivo Maestro want to thank you for your time and to have the chance to talk about Matianak. We had a lot of fun together, and we hope that in some way, we don't know, to meet you in real life at a show. I don't know. Let's make.
My dream is to visit Europe and absolutely meet you guys. I've never been to the other side of the world. I will love to visit. It gets boring here in the city.
Me too. Actually, have the little dream to also to play in the United States, because of course all my favorite band comes from or the Bay Area or stuff like that. But it's a kind of dream that we try to mark in our agenda and say, okay, someday we can do it. We will do it. So
we will do it. I think we will. Yeah, we will. You have to keep it in your head. We will do it.
And we hope that also we hope a lot of great success for Matianak. The maestro thinks that you deserve a lot. So we hope that you guys continue, and your career will be higher and higher in the future. We hope all the best. And there is a comment from the Pacho Villa. Awesome, and definitely world traveling will be in the card. So
high school friend.
For sure, I think that traveling the world and play music is the dream of anyone fans of this music. So, of course, I hope that even if there are tough times for music in general, for art, we hope that Matianak can deserve their own place in the metal in the metal scene in Chicago, but also in the United States. We hope to hear again from your band, and we really look forward about the next release. So please keep updated the Maestro Alan. So we will also share news on Arte Degenerata pages for sure, and you will got, as me as a lot of people, your own copy of the zine as soon as possible. So be sure to check it out when it is arrived to you. And we just leave, as always, empty space, a blank space to the artist to make the final consideration, the final words about this interview, and then we will greet all the guys of Calice Nero. So, Arelis, if you want to add something, this is your chance, and I will zoom you out, so you will see only you on the screen.
Allora,
Dopo maestro.
Thank you everyone for all the kind words and for having me on the show. Thank you for all the support, all these amazing feedbacks. You know, it means a lot. I mean, I worked really hard for my band to even happen. Been 8 years with the band, up and down with lineup changes, but I'm still, you know, standing here pushing the band forward, and we'll get there. We still got a lot to do in the overall whole stage production, but you know, I'm gonna make it happen. So no one's gonna stand in my way.
Ok.
Solamente una cosa, Arelis. Allora, io è raro che lo dico questo, quindi per quello che voglio che lo venga tradotto. Pretendo molto di più da voi perché avete talento. Se no, non ve l'avrei neanche detto. Se mi sto zitto e non dico che pretendo molto di più, è perché la band ha raggiunto, diciamo, il suo vetto di artistico. Quindi pretendo molto di più da voi perché potete dare molto, ma molto di più. E quindi ti auguro veramente un in bocca al lupo, ti dovremo riavere assolutamente nel canale. Grazie della tua simpatia, perché si vede che sei una persona simpatica, ma a livello artistico hai tanto da dire, avete tanto da dire.
The last words of the maestro are his personal opinion about you and your band. The maestro expects a lot from Matianak and you, because he said that you have so much talent, and he wants you to push the limits forward and make your music and your band better and better, because he said you guys have a lot of potential, and he's not saying that because you are in the show, but his opinion are what make him to invite you at the Calice Nero, because we are a little picky when it comes to invite bands, because we have, of course, we have our own project and stuff like that, but we love music and we love to exchange opinions, and we want to create a good things for people, and also to say, oh, okay, guys, we all raise up together, but if you deserve it to push more and more at a higher level, you have to do it, because life, we have only one chance, so let's do it. So it was his opinion. He really wants to being updated about your project, and we hope to have you here again for the next things. But be sure to update the Maestro. If you have some press release, some stuff, hit the Maestro up on Messenger, on mail, whatever, and whenever you want. And keep us updated, because we want to support Matianak, because we were impressed about your project. So we hope that we can make a lot of things in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. That means absolutely a lot to me, for all those words and for being a fan of, all of us. It's not just me, it's the entire band. Otherwise, it wouldn't even happen without everyone else.
Yeah, of course.
So
We talk about the whole band. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. And we really appreciate it. We've all worked really, really hard. I work really hard in making this band happen. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to just continue pushing the band. And I will see you guys in Italy. I'm sure of it.
We hope to have this opportunity. Let's mark on the calendar, and we will
mark
do
it
it
right now.
Yeah. Maestro, ti ringrazio per le parole. Ovviamente lei ci tiene a evidenziare il lavoro di band, perché non è solo lei, però ovviamente noi parliamo di tutta la band, però lei è la portavoce. E niente, quindi ti ringrazio. Ovviamente lei dice dobbiamo incontrarci in Italia, assolutamente, speriamolo, ma mettiamocelo nel calendario. Ovviamente allora dico questa cosa molto brevemente per gli amici. Noi abbiamo avuto gli Esoteric nella show, e il contatto con le band rimane. Infatti loro ci hanno invitato al festival che penso abbiano tenuto già, o quello lì dove
sì,
hanno
tenuto, sì, con gli altri.
Però noi per problemi lavorativi entrambi non siamo potuti andare, quindi noi questo invito che ci fanno le band lo accogliamo, perché carpiscono l'idea del Calice Nero, che non è l'accredito, ragazzi, ma il fatto che già una band di quella portata pensa a te come possibile media partner / possibile ospite, a noi ci fa onore, ma soprattutto fa capire che il nostro modo di fare, che magari può essere un po' pazzarello, un po' fuori dagli schemi, un po' magari diverso rispetto al solito, è comunque sincero. Quindi noi questa sincerità vogliamo che traspiri, e che tutti quanti voi ne carpite l'essenza, un'essenza che non ha secondi fini, ma che è fatta perché noi siamo fatti così, ci piace quello che facciamo e vogliamo,
e diciamo le cose senza peli sulla lingua e nessuna leccata.
Anche perché a noi non ci cambia proprio un cazzo, detto proprio in maniera che non è che abbiamo sponsor o roba varia dietro.
Infatti non c'è frega un cazzo proprio di niente.
Ok, detto ciò, I finished to translate. So guys and girls on the following us, also Paul Codillo.
Ciao Paul, è arrivato all'ultimo.
There is a good assonance between Paul Codillo and Porco Dio in Italian, so for this reason we laugh every time we saw our friend joining the live stream. But without further ado, the Maestro in Italian will remind you the next episodes of Il Calice Nero, and then the live stream is over. And we got an interesting 1 hour and a half Maestro interview. Okay, we got a little bit carried away, but it means that it was a pleasure and a good episode if we talked this much. Quindi Maestro, ricorda i prossimi appuntamenti.
Allora, domani ci sono gli Unscapped, nonché appunto del bassista dei Marduk, chitarrista degli Unscapped. Poi il 14 avremo la video recensione degli Ad Omega, Anatema, EP uscito nel 2021 sotto la BMC label ungherese, e il 15 chiudiamo con Anders Cobro, the drummer from ex Carpathian Forest, ex Green Carnation, attuale In The Wood. Quindi questi sono appunto gli spettacoli fino a venerdì, ragazzi, quindi veramente after hour totale.
Ok, il maestro ha ricordato gli appuntamenti, vi ricordiamo di condividere questo video se vi è piaciuto a parenti, zii, cugini, nipoti, nonni, nonne.
Alle nonne sataniche, alle nonne
Okay,
veramente.
vi ricordiamo di supportare Matianak conquistando il merchandising, ma in generale supportate la musica acquistando il merchandising, perché magari può significare davvero la vita o la morte di una band. Quindi vi ringraziamo per tutto e ci vediamo al prossimo episodio. Lascio il maestro col suo classico epitaffio al termine della puntata. Vai maestro.
Il grande spettacolo non si fermerà mai, la morte vi renderà liberi, il sacro codice d'onore 000. Fuck you.
Un abbraccio a tutti e buonanotte. Good night to all. See you in the next episode.